She claims I hit her car while I fell asleep driving her car.
I don't want to be on that camera, no.
I don't even know. She was drunk. No, I drove all the way home. We not friends. Yeah, I'm glad it's over.
This is CBS 2 News at 5. You're looking at former House Speaker Dennis Hastert surrounded by heavy security this afternoon as he walked out of the Dirksen Federal Building. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rob Johnson.
And I'm Kate Sullivan. Take a look at the sea of photographers and reporters Hastert had to fight his way through to appear for the first time in court on charges of lying to the FBI. CBS 2 Chief Correspondent Jay Levine was in the courtroom. He joins us live with more. Jay.
Two words headline what happened here today, Rob and Kate. Not guilty, Hastert's plea. But the guidance we'd hoped for, expected as to how this case would play out, were put aside by questions about whether the judge would stay on. An army of reporters, photographers, and technicians was waiting for Hastert when he arrived at the Dirksen Federal Building. Head down, eyes straight ahead, he marched hunched over toward the revolving doors of the federal courthouse. All eyes, cameras, and microphones aimed at the man who was once second in line to succeed a fallen president, now treated like any other defendant. Once inside the courtroom, he sat alone at the defense table as his new attorneys conferred with prosecutors, peering over glasses perched on his nose, making eye contact with no one but the judge and his attorneys. The defendant enters a plea of not guilty to both charges, D.C. Attorney Thomas Green said. For now, said prominent legal expert Richard Kling later.
If he goes to trial, a lot more is going to be revealed. It's not in his best interest to go to trial.
Hastert, whose responses were limited to a nodding of his head and a quiet yes sir, then signed a bail agreement, promising, among other things, to avoid contact with any person who may be a victim or a witness in this case. Judge Thomas Durkin then addressed the issue of whether or not he should be disqualified because of past contributions to Hastert's campaigns and working with Hastert's son, among other things. In the end, he did disqualify himself on the grounds that a reasonable person might question his impartiality, but he gave both sides an opportunity to request that he stay on. Judge Durkin disqualifying himself, but leaving open the possibility they might waive it. Was that a surprise?
No. Realistically, given the ties that Judge Durkin has to Mr. Hastert, it wasn't a surprise.
With that decision delayed until Thursday, Hastert left the federal building, again having to face cameras held behind barricades inside, then lining the 20-foot path from the door to his waiting car outside.
Speaker, did you abuse children at Yorkville?
That question would normally be raised during a trial, and we expected to get some information on whether there'd be a trial today. But when the judge gave the two sides